All right, get this. Your stack of articles has us diving into some seriously cool AI stuff.
Really cool.
We're talking like a huge sheet ChatGPT update.
Mm-hmm.
Google's going into hyperdrive.
Oh, yeah.
We even get a peek into like what's going on with the metaverse, all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
It is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
It really highlights how fast things are moving in the AI world.
Absolutely.
We aren't just seeing incremental steps forward anymore. This is like a whole new ball game.
Oh, absolutely. No kidding.
Yeah.
Let's start with OpenAI.
Okay.
The geniuses behind ChatGPT.
Right.
They just dropped this update. It's called Canvas.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's like ChatGPT went from zero to hero.
Yeah.
In the user-friendliness department.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree.
Big time.
It's a huge improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the days of like trying to get ChatGPT to edit or format text?
Yeah.
And it was like almost like teaching a dog to sing opera. Like Canvas changes everything.
It does. You got that right.
It really does.
One article I saw said it's like giving ChatGPT opposable thumbs.
Okay.
You can actually highlight text and tell it to like shorten it, change the tone. You can even like throw in some emojis.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, I did see one user say it went a little overboard on the emojis at first.
Okay, so it still needs a little bit of help.
Yeah. I guess AI still has to like learn a sense of humor a little bit.
Well, and you know everyone loves a good emoji.
Right, exactly.
But on a serious note, this like visual interactive way of working with AI, I feel like it makes collaboration so much smoother.
Absolutely.
And for anyone who codes,
oh yeah.
It's revolutionary.
Oh yeah, the coding stuff is next level. Like it's literally like having an AI coding buddy.
Right.
Like looking over your shoulder, spotting all your errors, suggesting improvements,
Yeah.
and even, translating code
Right.
into different languages like Python or JavaScript.
Yeah.
Like instantly, in the blink of an eye.
It's incredible.
Talk about a productivity boost. I know.
Yeah, and that's what's really fascinating here is these new AI tools aren't just like taking over human tasks.
Right.
They're becoming our partners in a way,
Yeah, I agree.
helping us do things better and faster than we ever could alone.
Yeah.
But-
Hey, but Google isn't just sitting back and watching all this happen, right?
Right.
They've been busy over there, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
At Google HQ, churning out advancement left and right.
It's incredible.
I know, right?
Yeah.
First off, they turbocharged their Gemini model,
Okay.
making it faster, more efficient.
Uh-huh.
And get this, they slashed the price.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, slashed the price.
So it's more accessible? That's great.
Way more accessible.
And they've doubled the rate limit.
Yes.
Which, without getting too technical, means developers can build AI-powered apps way faster.
Way faster, yeah.
So get ready for just like an avalanche of like incredible new AI tools and services coming our way.
I love it. It's like someone hit the fast forward button
Yeah, it is.
on the AI revolution.
Totally.
And speaking of fast forwarding, get ready for a Google search makeover.
Oh.
That is straight out of sci-fi. Okay.
They're rolling out AI-powered overviews that sum up your search results.
Okay. Interesting.
Sounds awesome, right?
Yeah.
But here's the catch.
Okay.
They're going to start slipping ads in there, too.
Oh, yes. The $1,000,000 question, right?
Yeah.
How do you make money from these advancements?
Right. They gotta make money somehow.
It's causing a bit of a stir with some publishers worried about the impact on their ad revenue
Yeah.
and their traffic.
Sure.
So it's a classic example of technology just like shaking things up.
Totally.
And we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out.
We'll have to wait and see. Now, just when you thought it couldn't get any more futuristic,
Right.
Google Lens is about to turn every store window
What?
into your own personal online shopping mall.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so picture this.
Right.
You see a jacket you love.
Uh-huh.
You point your phone at it.
Mm.
Bam.
Okay.
You've got reviews, prices, where to buy it, all at your fingertips.
Wow.
And wait for it.
Okay.
They're even adding video search to Lens.
No way.
Yeah. So imagine filming something
Okay.
and having Google tell you what it is and what to do with it.
Okay.
Like identifying that weird fruit at the grocery store or like, I don't know,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
and getting instant recipe ideas.
That's really cool.
The future is now, my friend.
It's amazing. It's a fantastic example of how AI is moving beyond just text and images
Absolutely.
and starting to understand the world in a more contextual way.
Yep.
And And that's the key to unlocking a whole new level of potential. From AR that seamlessly blends with, like, our reality to AI assistants that can truly understand our needs.
Okay, before we get too excited about all these shiny new AI toys,
Okay.
we got to talk about something a little less cheerful.
Okay.
Remember those Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses?
Yeah, those are cool.
Everyone's buzzing about them.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah, they look really cool.
Yeah.
Well, turns out they might not be just for looking cool
Okay. All right.
while sipping your latte.
This is where we have to think about the implications of this technology a little bit more
A
deeply.
little more deeply.
You know, those Harvard students who created, what was it called?
iXRI.
iXRI. There it is. Yes. They showed us just how powerful these glasses can be, using facial recognition to potentially identify people in real time.
It's a good reminder that every technology has two sides.
Every technology, yeah, for sure.
Like an episode of Black Mirror come to life.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Little bit, right.
It is.
But Meta isn't letting up on the AR gas pedal.
Okay.
Not even a little bit. In fact, they're packing those glasses with even more AI features.
More features.
But now you can take photos just by asking the glasses to do it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's super convenient, right?
Yeah, convenient.
But
yeah.
it definitely makes you think twice about privacy settings, right?
For sure. Yeah, that's always a concern.
Totally.
It's a balancing act, that's for sure.
It is a balancing act.
These technologies offer us incredible convenience and opportunities.
Yeah.
But there are also risks that we need to be aware of and, like, address proactively. It's a conversation we can't ignore.
You said it. Okay, enough with the slightly creepy stuff.
Right.
Let's switch gears to something totally awesome.
Okay, sounds good.
Get ready for DreamWorld.
DreamWorld, okay.
Okay, imagine someone took Minecraft,
Uh-huh.
sprinkled in some serious AI magic,
Okay.
and unleashed it in the metaverse.
I'm listening. Keep going.
We're talking a massively multiplayer online game where you can build literally anything you can imagine
Oh, wow.
using AI-powered text-to-3D generation.
Okay.
The possibilities for creativity and collaboration is
Yeah.
mind-boggling.
I can imagine. So how real is this?
Oh, it's real. And get this.
Okay.
They just launched a playtest on Steam.
Oh, wow. Okay, we have to check that out.
I think we can pull some strings.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
I know, right? This is the deep dive after all, right?
Exactly.
Ah.
But what's truly groundbreaking here is this merging of AI with spatial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about generating cool 3D models.
Okay.
It's about teaching AI to think and create in 3 dimensions, just like we do.
Which brings us to our next big idea. Spatial intelligence.
Facial intelligence.
Let's be honest with you. Before this stack of articles, I thought spatial intelligence was something you needed to solve those 3D puzzles.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, me too.
Like those brain teaser 3D puzzles.
Yeah.
But then I read this interview with Fei Li, and wow, talk
Right.
about a rock star in the world of AI. She is all about spatial intelligence.
She is truly a visionary.
She is amazing.
Her argument is that while our current AI is impressive, it's fundamentally limited
Right,
because it's trying to make sense of a 3D world
right.
using the language of 1D text.
It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Exactly, yeah. It's a great analogy.
Right, yeah.
And Lai believes, this is what she believes, right?
Right.
She believes that spatial intelligence is the key to unlocking the next level of AI,
Okay,
where robots can navigate and interact with the real world
okay.
seamlessly,
Interesting.
where virtual worlds become so real,
Yeah.
they make the current metaverse look like a bad dream.
Wow. Okay.
And it has implications that go far beyond robots
Okay.
and virtual reality.
Spatial intelligence could transform everything from self-driving cars
Right.
that can see and understand their environment
Okay. Yeah.
to medical imaging that can diagnose diseases with pinpoint accuracy.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's like we're giving AI a whole new way
Right.
of sensing and interacting with the world.
Totally.
And her point about how much of the data we collect,
Yeah.
images, videos,
Uh-huh.
is already spatial,
Yes.
is spot on. We're just scratching the surface
Yeah.
of what we can do with it.
Absolutely. It's about closing the gap between how we experience the world
Totally.
and how machines process information.
I love it.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Absolutely. It's like we're literally handing AI the keys to this whole new dimension.
Yeah, it's true.
Speaking of which, this article about Google's AI overviews mentions something called the bitter lesson of AI.
Mm.
What's that all about?
The bitter lesson is an idea that's been making the rounds in the AI world for a while now.
Okay.
And it basically suggests that some of the biggest leaps forward in AI haven't come from some fancy new algorithms, but from simply scaling up,
Okay.
using more data and more computing power.
So it's like saying that the secret sauce of AI is brute force.
Kind of, yeah.
Just keep feeding it more information, bigger computers.
In a way,
Yes.
it's a controversial idea, but there's a lot of evidence to back it up. Think about the success of these large language models, like ChatGPT.
Right.
They're not built on some revolutionary new algorithm.
Right.
They're just incredibly massive neural networks trained on a mountain of data.
So does that mean that, like, companies like Google and OpenAI, with all their resources, they're going to have an even bigger edge in this AI race?
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
The cost of training these massive AI models it's astronomical.
Right.
Not everyone has access to that kind of firepower.
Which makes Google's decision to make their Gemini model more affordable really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to level the playing field for developers,
Right.
at least to some extent.
Yeah, well, it's rarely that simple in the tech world.
Right, exactly.
Lowering the barrier for developers means more people building AI-powered apps,
Right,
which ultimately benefits Google's ecosystem.
of course.
It's a strategic move, but one that could lead to, like, a wider adoption of AI and more innovation down the line.
More innovation, I like that.
Yeah.
It's like opening up this powerful new tool to a wider audience,
Right.
which is exciting and a bit unpredictable.
It is, a little bit, yeah.
Speaking of exciting, let's get back to video games for a sec.
Okay.
This DreamWorld playtest you mentioned sounds insane.
Pretty wild.
You're telling me I can just type in what I want to create and the AI builds it for me in the game?
Yeah, that's the gist of it, yeah.
No more placing blocks one by one?
No more of that. They're using AI to essentially turn players into world builders,
Wow.
letting them create like insane structures and landscapes,
Yeah.
only limited by their imagination. It's a glimpse into the future of gaming,
Totally.
where AI becomes this incredible tool for creativity.
And it's not just about building stuff. We're talking entire landscapes, creatures, even storylines, all generated with AI.
It's true.
This is way beyond just randomly scattering a few trees and rocks around. This is a whole new level of interactive storytelling.
It's true. And this technology isn't limited to video games. Imagine, like architects using it to design buildings,
Wow, yeah.
filmmakers creating movie sets,
Yeah.
even surgeons planning complex procedures,
Okay.
all with the help of AI.
It's true. The possibilities are truly mind-blowing.
They are. They're really incredible.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Okay.
AI isn't about replacing us.
Okay.
It's about becoming an extension of our creativity,
Right.
of what our imaginations can dream up.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. And we're seeing this shift across the board. Take, for example, this new AI video editing app called Captions.
Okay.
They just launched a feature that can actually create like entire social media video campaigns for businesses, complete with AI-generated characters and narratives.
Wait, so instead of hiring a whole video production crew, I can just tell this app what I want, and
Yeah.
the AI does the rest?
Pretty much. It's a game changer,
Yeah.
especially for like smaller businesses
Yeah.
that might not have the resources to create like professional-looking video content.
Right. That's amazing. But what about the human element? Does relying on AI for everything, like, suck the creativity out of the process?
That's a question people have been asking since like the dawn of automation, right?
Right.
But I think it's more nuanced than that. These AI tools aren't designed to replace human creativity. They're designed to empower it,
Okay.
to free us from the tedious, time-consuming tasks so we can focus on the big picture ideas,
Right.
the artistic vision.
It's like having an army of digital assistants taking care of the grunt work,
Right.
leaving you to focus on being the creative genius.
Exactly. And that's where the real power lies.
Okay.
It allows us to scale our creativity,
Okay.
to bring our ideas to life in ways that were simply impossible before.
Okay, so let's switch gears for a moment and we'll talk about Black Forest Labs.
Okay.
They're creating AI models that can generate images so real they could pass for photographs.
It's true, yeah.
And get this, they're even working on AI-generated video now.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, their model, Flux, it's already being used in xAI's Grok Assistant, which, by the way, has been making waves
Right.
with its ability to generate images that are, well, let's just say they're quite creative.
They're interesting, that's for sure.
Creative is one word for it. Some of the images Grok has come up with have been pretty out there,
Yeah.
to say the least, which I guess it reminds us that, AI is only as good as the data it's trained on, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It really underscores the importance of having, safeguards in place.
Yeah.
Especially when we're dealing with AI that can generate like such realistic content.
It's a tightrope walk, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah.
We want AI to be creative and push boundaries,
Right.
but we also need to make sure it's used responsibly.
Absolutely. And that's why it's crucial to have like diverse voices and perspectives involved in how these technologies are developed and used.
Okay, one last thing before we move on. Remember that interview with Fei Li about spatial intelligence?
Yeah.
There was this fascinating part where she talked about how spatial intelligence could actually make our need for physical screens obsolete.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That's a really intriguing idea.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, what would that even look like?
She argues that once AI can like seamlessly integrate virtual content
Yeah.
into our real world environment,
Right.
we won't need separate screens for our phones, computers, TVs,
Oh,
you
yeah.
name it.
So it's like having this massive invisible screen following you around, projecting information, entertainment directly into your field of view.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it would be a radical shift in how we interact with technology for sure.
Yeah.
And it's something that spatial intelligence could make possible.
I can imagine a world where we're not glued to our devices, but where information and entertainment are like seamlessly woven into our surroundings.
It's both an exciting and a slightly unnerving thought to consider.
For sure. Yeah.
It raises questions about privacy
Right.
and like how we manage this constant flow of information.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah,
It's like stepping into this whole new world
that is where.
where the lines between the physical and digital are constantly blurring.
Totally. Yeah.
Speaking of new worlds, remember that massively multiplayer online game we talked about?
Yeah.
DreamWorld?
DreamWorld, yeah.
It turns out this game is built on the concept of spatial intelligence.
It is.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And that's what makes it so innovative.
Totally.
In DreamWorld, you don't just create like static objects. You create dynamic, interactive worlds.
Wow.
Imagine building a castle, then stepping inside and having it come to life.
Wow.
With AI-powered characters.
Okay.
Quests, storylines.
Yeah.
All generated in real time based on your creations.
Okay, now that's just next level.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate sandbox
It is. It's incredible.
for creativity and imagination, powered by AI.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And because it's massively multiplayer,
Right.
you're not just creating these worlds for yourself. You're sharing them with like thousands of other players online.
Yeah.
It's a constantly evolving collaborative metaverse.
Oh, wow.
Where the only limit is your imagination.
What I find most fascinating about DreamWorld is how it's bridging that gap between the digital and the physical.
Yeah, totally.
Not just sitting in front of a screen.
Right.
You're actively engaging with this virtual world using your body, your senses.
Exactly. They've even developed like haptic feedback suits and VR peripherals that allow you to feel the virtual environment,
Yeah.
further blurring the lines between the real and the digital.
Wow.
It's a truly immersive experience.
It's like stepping into another reality. This brings up an interesting thought.
Okay.
If we can create these incredibly realistic and immersive virtual worlds, what does that mean for the future of, like, human experience? Will we eventually prefer these curated AI-powered realities over the messiness of the real world?
It's a question philosophers have been grappling with for centuries.
It's true.
What is reality and how do we define it? And I think as these technologies become more sophisticated, we'll need to redefine our relationship
totally
with both the real and the virtual.
No kidding, it's going to be a wild ride. So, with all this talk about virtual worlds, let's bring it back down to earth for a moment
Very sounds good.
and talk about something a little more grounded.
Okay.
Google, never one to be outdone, has been making some interesting moves in the world of robotics.
They have. They've been pouring resources into developing robots that can understand and navigate the real world with a level of sophistication we haven't seen before. Like, one team at Google is working on something called everyday robots.
Okay.
Robots designed to assist with, like, everyday tasks
Okay.
in homes and workplaces.
Okay, I'm picturing Rosie the robot from the Jetsons.
Right, right.
Are we finally getting robot butlers?
Well, not quite butlers yet, but I think we're getting closer.
Okay.
These robots are learning to perform tasks that, humans often find tedious
Yeah, yeah.
or repetitive.
Right, right.
Things like loading the dishwasher, sorting laundry,
Okay.
maybe even making a cup of coffee.
Now that's something I could definitely get behind. But how do these robots learn to do all that? The real world is messy
Right.
and unpredictable.
Totally. Yeah.
It's not like a controlled factory setting, right?
Yeah, you're right. Teaching robots to operate in the real world is incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
And that's where AI, and specifically spatial intelligence, comes into play.
Okay.
These robots are equipped with advanced sensors and AI algorithms that allow them to perceive and understand their environment in 3 dimensions. They can map out their surroundings, identify objects, even predict human movement.
So these aren't your grandparents' robots
Right.
blindly following pre-programmed instructions.
Well, exactly.
These are intelligent machines that can learn, adapt, and interact with their environment in a much more sophisticated way.
Precisely. And the
Wow.
more data they collect, the better they become at navigating the nuances of the real world.
That's amazing.
We're talking about robots that can learn to anticipate your needs,
Really?
adapt to changes in their environment, and even work collaboratively with humans.
It's both amazing and a little intimidating at the same time.
It is.
But all this talk about AI-powered robots brings up the question of jobs.
Right.
Are we all going to be replaced by robots in the future?
That's a question that's been debated ad nauseum.
Right.
But I think it's important to remember that while AI and automation will undoubtedly change the job landscape,
Right.
they will also create new opportunities.
So it's not about robots versus humans. It's about finding ways for humans and robots to work together effectively.
Exactly. Instead of fearing the rise of the robots,
Right.
we should be thinking about how we can harness these technologies to create a better future for everyone.
Well said. Now let's shift gears back to the metaverse for a moment. We've talked about gaming and virtual worlds, but what about the potential impact of AI on education and training?
Oh, that's an area where we're seeing some really exciting developments.
Okay.
With the rise of the metaverse and AI-powered virtual environments, education is no longer confined to the traditional classroom.
It's like having the entire world literally at your fingertips. Tell me more.
Imagine attending a virtual lecture at the Roman Colosseum, led by a renowned historian,
Wow.
or dissecting a human heart in a virtual operating room alongside expert surgeons,
Okay.
all from the comfort of your own home.
Wow. Talk about immersive learning. No more boring textbooks and stuffy classrooms.
Exactly. And AI can personalize the learning experience, tailoring the curriculum to individual students' needs
Wow.
and learning styles.
This is incredible. But what about the social aspect of education? I mean, part of the learning process comes from interacting with your peers and teachers in person.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. But remember, the metaverse isn't about isolating us in our own little virtual bubbles.
Okay.
It's about creating new and exciting ways for us to connect and collaborate with people from all over the world.
So instead of replacing real-world interaction, the metaverse actually enhances it by providing these new avenues for communication and collaboration.
Precisely. Imagine attending a virtual science fair with students from every corner of the globe,
Wow.
or working on a group project with classmates in a shared virtual workspace. The possibilities are limitless.
It's like taking the best parts of online learning and combining them with the social and interactive elements of traditional education.
Yeah, exactly. And with AI powering these virtual environments, the learning potential is truly exponential.
Okay, so we've talked about AI transforming everything from how we work and learn to how we play, how we interact with the world around us.
Right.
But what about the impact on art and creativity?
Oh, that's a fascinating area to explore. We're already seeing AI making its mark in the creative arts.
It's true.
AI-generated music, poetry, even paintings are popping up everywhere.
It's true. I've seen some of those AI-generated artworks. They're pretty mind-blowing.
They're really interesting.
But does that mean robots are going to replace artists?
I don't think so. I think it's more about AI becoming a new tool for artistic expression,
Okay.
a collaborator in the creative process.
Okay.
Imagine a musician using AI to generate new melodies,
Oh.
or a painter using AI to like explore different color palettes.
So it's like having an AI muse, sparking new ideas, pushing creative boundaries.
Exactly. AI can help us break free from like creative ruts, explore new styles, and push the boundaries of what's possible in art and design.
That's a really cool way to look at it. It's like AI is opening up a whole new dimension of creativity.
It is. It is. And I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg
Right.
when it comes to AI in the arts. As these technologies continue to evolve, we can expect even more incredible and thought-provoking creative works to emerge from this, like collaboration between human and machine.
This is like blowing my mind. So we've got AI generating art, composing music, writing poetry. Like, where does it end?
It's a question that has no easy answer. We're in uncharted territory here. We're witnessing the birth of a new kind of creativity,
Totally.
one where the lines between human and machine are becoming increasingly blurred.
Yeah. All this talk about AI and creativity reminds me of something Fei Lai said in that interview.
Okay.
She believes that one of the most important things we can do as we develop AI is to ensure it reflects the diversity of human experience.
Absolutely. That's incredibly important. AI should be a tool for good, a force for positive change in the world.
For sure.
And that means ensuring that it's developed and used in a way that benefits everyone,
Right.
not just a select few.
Absolutely. It's about making sure that AI is a reflection of humanity in
Yes.
all its complexities and contradictions.
Precisely. And that requires a conscious effort from everyone involved in the development and deployment of these technologies.
Absolutely, well said. This whole deep dive has really got me thinking about the future.
Yeah.
What's next for AI? What new wonders, what new challenges await us
Right.
just around the corner?
Well, if there's one thing we've learned from this deep dive, it's that the only constant in the world of AI is change.
Right.
It's moving at a breakneck pace,
Totally.
and it's showing no signs of slowing down.
So buckle up, listeners. We are in for a wild ride. Any last thoughts you want to leave us with?
Stay curious, stay informed, and never stop questioning.
Love it.
The future of AI is what we make it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's up to all of us to shape it responsibly.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time.